Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for July. I hope everyone's June went well and you're staying safe from all of the wildfire haze that's affecting basically the entirety of North America, or at least the East Coast, but really is there any other? No, I'm kidding, but yeah, it's really bad out there. If you have to go out on days when the smoke is in your area, please do wear a mask. Protect your lungs, they're very important. Um, I lost my father last year, and one of the reasons was because of various lung-affecting diseases. He had other medical problems too. It was just kind of like a whole mess. But he didn't really do like the wrong thing. He wasn't a smoker. Still got not lung disease, not the common lung cancer, lung disease that most people think of, but similar things of the sorts that you can get from inhaling too much particulate matter, either from cigarettes or from just like working in an unhealthy environment and not wearing protection, which again he didn't do. It's just even if you do everything right, you can still occasionally get those kinds of things. So do everything right when you can, just to put it so that if anything does go wrong, you're reducing the chances. Um, so yes, please do wear a mask outside and protect your lungs. They are very, very important. I care about you guys, and I want you to stay healthy. So let's talk about what's going on the channel this month. We have still ongoing Chrono Cross, and that will be going for a little bit longer. I'm not sure exactly how much longer because it's all like, what am I, what can I show off and stuff like that. I think I'm at the point now where the only things left for me to do are actual endings, recording-wise. For posting, there's still quite a bit of other like optional stuff because the early game there's a lot of branching stories and pathways that you can take. Once you get to about the one-third through mid-game type part, it gets fairly straightforward, and other than optional stuff, which I basically did, you don't have a whole lot of alternate paths that you can take to get places. So, that's what we've got going on with Chrono Cross. I'm not sure if I will dive into Radical Dreamers right when it ends, or I may give some time. I have not decided just yet, but we'll see. But I do want to get to that. But again, I may take a bit of a break to let Chrono Cross sink in and give a break from the characters and stuff like that. I've never actually played through Radical Dreamers entirely, so I'm excited to do so. Funny side note, if you want to look at the script for the game in all of its languages, it's just a text file. You need to open up some of the various data files for the game in a WinZip, WinRAR, rename the file to .zip and open it up in Windows File Explorer or something like that. But you can just read through all of it. It's not going to be coherent because it's like here's the line in English, here it is in French and Spanish and Japanese and whatever other languages they put it in. I wasn't really paying that much attention to all the languages. So, like, for every single line, you're getting all of these other languages as well for that line. It's just amusing. I wouldn't try to use it to actually like look at the story of the game. It's not going to work that way. Plus, I'm sure that you're getting all the like literally every option that you can take that has different text is going to be in there. So it would be a kind of a jumbled mess. But it was amusing when I discovered that. But yeah, so that may wait a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll decide when I actually wrap up Chrono Cross. Is like, do I feel like I need to take a break from the characters in the game, move on to something else, something different? Don't know yet. I don't know. But we will see. But I absolutely will be doing it because I want to do it. I've wanted to do it for a very long time. I always meant to play through it, and then when I started Let's Playing, it was like I should probably do it around the time that I do Chrono Cross or something. And then they came out with the Chrono Cross remaster, so I was, you know. But yes, so that will probably that will either come afterwards or sometime down the road. Have not decided yet. Illusion of Gaia is still ongoing, although I have completed recording it, so it is 31 episodes. That will be finishing up in another week or so, I believe. Yeah, on the 8th. So that'll be the last day for Illusion of Gaia. And that has been fun. I am enjoying all the people commenting like, holy cow, I forgot how dark the game was. Which, it's like, the game is dark, yes, but it's like insulated from some of that by the not so great translation, for one thing, and just the lack of text in other situations. Like, there's just so many situations where it's just like things are stated very matter-of-factly, very abbreviatedly, and then just you move on. And then other things, it's just like things aren't really even touched upon in the text. Like, it's obvious that this is happening, but it's not touched upon. I don't know if that's a case of a problem with the original game, or if it's a case where the original game in Japanese had a ton more nuance, and it was just translating it that all got lost. No idea. No idea. I need someone who's played the original and knows Japanese to expound upon that, probably. Um, but it is the story absolutely needs more material to really handle the things properly, I feel. It's a very weird game. It's a very weird game. It's fun, but it's very weird. Um, and it's like, despite its darkness, the simplicity of the text and everything, and the cheeriness of the character sprites and stuff like that, is one of the things that kind of made that era of Enix here in the U.S., to me at least, and some of my friends, I believe, feel that, like, for RPGs, the older stuff comes from Square, and the younger stuff comes from Enix, which is a shame. And part of that is because we didn't get Dragon Quest V. If we had gotten Dragon Quest V on the SNES, I think that would have changed perceptions. Because that is a mature game. So, anyway, I don't know. Yeah. It's just one of those things that's always been in my mind that just is very weird. How Enix always felt like games for a younger audience, and Square were games for an older audience in terms of RPGs. On the streaming side of things, we have Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom ongoing on Mondays, and I am having a blast with that. If you enjoyed Breath of the Wild, you will probably enjoy Tears of the Kingdom. It's hitting the same beats. You get a whole bunch of new things that you can do, which are a lot of fun and really cool. And it's just all kinds of, like, it's hitting the same. Like, it's touching on the same things that made Breath of the Wild good, while also being fresh and refreshing in ways that a game set in the same world might not necessarily be. So that's I'm really appreciating that. Zerfall and I have wrapped up a recording for Private Idol. That has been a lot of fun to play. Not sure exactly how many episodes are left. Not being the person actually recording and like uploading the videos and everything like that, I have not paid Like it just in my mind, I haven't made the connections of where the episode breaks were and the plot beats were and everything like that. So I'm actually not sure how much is left for uploading, but that has been completed. That was a lot of fun, and I really had a blast playing through that. We will be probably waiting a little bit to start something new. Both of our Julys are going to be a little bit busy, and I will get to one of the reasons why coming up shortly. But let's go ahead and continue on about the other things on the channel. Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster on Fridays, Friday streams. I hope you guys have been enjoying the Pixel Remaster games. I definitely have. I'm looking forward to playing the next two as well once we wrap up Final Fantasy IV. But those have been a blast to play. I still need to go back and get some achievements in like off camera. It's just like I got the achievements in 1 and 2. I missed some monsters and stuff like that. 3, I missed a couple, but some of them were just like get up to level 16 in a weapon, get up to 16 in a magic. The magic super easy to do, just cure. Casting cure out of battle easily gets you up to 16. The weapon-wise, the way that I found it was just have like everyone cure except for one person, and they use crappy weapons against enemies that they can actually hurt, but whittle away extremely slowly on, kind of thing. So that ended up getting me to 16 very fast. That's the kind of way that you have to do it. With the original, you would have been able to just like... wait, did I say 3? I meant 2. Whatever. Yeah, I meant 2. Sorry. That was... No, I just completely lost my train of thought now. Yeah, back in the original Final Fantasy II, you would have been able to do the select cancel trick, like target and then cancel out your attack, and that would get you up levels very quickly. But I can't do that in the Pixel Remaster. Final Fantasy III, I think the only achievements that I need are bestiary based. I don't think there was one for getting someone up to job level 99, but I got that through the gameplay, the course of the gameplay. You don't need to get everyone up to level 9, like one person up to level 99 in every class kind of thing. I think all I have left in that are just finding some monsters, some rare monsters and stuff like that. That's about it. Then Final Fantasy IV is ongoing on Fridays, and when that finishes up, we'll dive into 5 and then 6. So I'm looking forward to those as well. I hope you guys have been enjoying those. I really do... Like, my complaints about the Pixel Remasters is that I would... Like, the graphics are fantastic. With one exception. There's one sole exception, and to me, it's a very big thing, but not a breaking thing. And that one thing is that in the original Final Fantasy III, you had this little box on your menu that would give you kind of a combat-style sprite for the NPC follower that you have at any given time. And they didn't have that in the Pixel Remaster. I assume because they basically just used the same menu module for all of the games, which is very unfortunate, I think, actually. I think that did deserve to be differentiated in Final Fantasy III, because we're missing out on actual pixel art that was in the original game, kind of thing. And that, I think, is a shame. But that's been my only graphical complaint so far. Music-wise, the music has been absolutely awesome. Again, like, the only complaint might be I would have done a little, I would have chosen a different instrumentation for this piece of music. And that's like, individual pieces of music. What are you going to do? That's all. That's highly subjective. Highly, highly subjective. So that's Not even a really worthwhile complaint. Certainly not a breaking complaint in any way. My two other complaints, which are bigger but still not breaking, I think that the graphics and the music um, are enough to make the game worthwhile. Although, if these other two complaints are, you know, bigger for you, then that might be, wait for the games to go on sale kind of thing. Number one, I would have liked, like in all of the games, gameplay has been changed. Some to more degrees than others, but what I would have liked is I want to play the games as originally presented, but with bug fixes, so that you still have the same difficulty, like you level up at the same rate, you get the same level, same number of magic spells, damage calculations are the same, all of that kind of thing. Just with like in Final Fantasy 1 in particular, and in basically every one of the games, I think, um, some of the spells are just literally useless because they have bugs. The spells are bugged, and they do not do what they are supposed to do. Just absolutely broken in that case. Some of the spells, like a spell that might maybe supposed to increase evasion, just doesn't do that. I'd have to go back and look. One of the more obvious ones is that every weapon that is supposed to do extra damage, uh, like extra elemental damage, doesn't do that. So, like, the Werebuster is supposed to do extra damage to beasts, doesn't do that. Fix those. Leave everything else the same. Give me that option. I don't care if there's other things going on, like put in, toggle yes or no for the rebalance effects. That's fine. I just want the original like level up and stuff like that. It's most notable in Final Fantasy II, where you get hit points automatically just by based on like the number of fights that you're in, um, or number of actions that you've taken, or something like that. And like when I played through Final Fantasy II on the channel, I don't know if I knew quite like what all the best strats were, but I didn't go out of my way to try to power game. And I think I wrapped up that game with like between 1,000 and 2,000 hit points on all the characters. Easily was hitting 4,000 hit points on the characters in the Pixel Remaster, just because we're getting those hit point bonuses. In addition, there's no downside to doing any of the things. They got rid of all of the stat decreasing um, actions. Like in the original game, if you cast a spell, you have a chance to get your your magic stat up, your MP up, things like that. But you also have a chance to lose strength. So that it makes it so that if your character is going for a warrior build, if you try to have them also be like a fighter mage, a red mage kind of thing, they're going to fall behind because every time like the magic stats and the strength stats are going to be losing points occasionally. You'll still overall, generally, if you're trying to raise it evenly, you'll still overall be growing, but it'll be a lot slower than if someone is being just magic or just fighty. And I kind of like that. It gives you an incentive to specialize and stuff like that. In the Pixel Remaster, since there's no stat losses, there is absolutely no penalty to just trying to make someone an awesome fighty, magey type person, and just take the like again, if you mix and match red and black, white and black magic in FF2, your different, your wisdom and your intelligence will go up independently. I don't, I can't remember if they have a chance to make the others go down, but the point being that if you don't make a specialized character, they will never be as good as a specialized character. Um, and that's kind of how it should be. A generalist is not as good. They are more flexible, but they're not as good. So the Pixel Remaster just allows you to like a generalist is always going to be as good, with the exception of the stats may not grow as fast, but they will never lose stats. And I kind of didn't like that. Again, that's fine for an option, but I would have really liked to have seen, an original version, but with bug fixes. Final Fantasy III is a bit different in that they mostly just completely changed a lot of the class skills, which, again, I did like what they did with that, but I still would have liked to have had the original as an option. So that's the first complaint. Give me the original gameplay option. And give me an option for and you could have that's one of the other things is with this engine they could actually build in randomizers, which would be really interesting. They have so many options in what they could do. That probably should have been in there. That's not a complaint, but it's the kind of thing that they could definitely do with the kind of remaster that they're going for. The second complaint is the fact that they don't include the bonus content from later releases. And again, I want that as an option. I want to be able to just play through the original game as it was originally intended, but with graphic and music changes. I think that would have been fantastic. But then also give players the option of playing through with much easier, I know the Switch version and I think that's coming to the Steam version, but it hasn't been applied yet. Has 4 times XP, 4 times money gains. Again, it's an option. Put it in. More options is better on this kind of thing. Give players a very customizable gameplay experience. I don't know. I don't know. I would love to be able to talk to the devs and just be like, hey, come out with a bunch of options. Give us the original gameplay style. Give us the the GBA gameplay style with all that additional content. Stuff like that. That's what I would have liked. I would have liked the Pixel remasters. It gets to be a problem of there is no definitive version of each of the games at this point. There is no definitive FF1. There is no definitive FF2. There is no definitive FF3, etc., etc. I want a definitive edition. And that's what the Pixel remasters should have been. Tons of options, with the ability to play old style, new content additions, all that kind of stuff. That would have been fantastic. So that's my other second big complaint. But having there were some earlier releases for they were mobile and then they got ported to other things for the various games, and they had sprite work that is higher resolution and looks like a lot of the sprite work, the artwork that the sprites are based on, and it just doesn't capture the feel anymore. And it doesn't look good. I do not like those. They look cheesy. And I've seen some people look at the tiling of sprites and it's just bad on some of the areas and stuff like that where things don't match up when they should. And it's so I'm very, very glad that they went and did what they did with this, with the same resolution sprites but increased color depth and everything like that. It's most noticeable on FF1 through 3, which is, like, the sprite work on that is brilliant. But it's also basically just getting it up to SNES level, but with slightly higher color depth kind of thing. So with those later games, it's not as noticeable and it's not as big of a deal. And that's why making the whole game, like, making it a definitive edition, I think would have been just utterly fantastic. Something that it's like, if you want to play one of these games, this is the version you get, because you'll have the options on how you want to play it. You'll have the beautiful sprite work. You'll have amazing, generally orchestrated music, stuff like that. So, again, like I said, I think that the artwork and the music makes up for its deficiencies, but I just would have liked to have had definitive editions. Anyway, that's my rant about that. I still have 2 more games to get through, so I have more opportunities to talk about that. Yay! Wednesday retro streams are currently a Catalina's story of Uncharted Waters New Horizons. That's a very open-worldy type game, so we will be... I'm not sure exactly how long I will be playing that, but I have been having fun so far, breaking economies, doing trade, and then just buying arts and selling them in Istanbul and buying carpets. So much fun. Wednesdays and Fridays, we still have Lego build streams. Our current goal for current bits goal is for the Rivendell set. That is a gorgeous set, and I'm really looking forward to building that. So if you'd like to see me build that as well, do come join the streams and toss a few bits my way. We can get closer to that. I think we're at like 60% now. So we're definitely closing in on that goal. I hope you guys have been enjoying those videos as well. I'm having a blast doing them. Please do check them out and join us for the streams. I mean, a lot of the streams end up just being like kind of general chat sessions. So it's still a lot of fun, but a lot of it is like, just ways to directly interact with you, the viewers, and with me and stuff like that, about whatever we're interested in talking about. Obviously, Lego is a major element of that, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Please do join us and check those out. And then, of course, on Saturday, Spelljammer is still ongoing as well. The party is slowly working their way home, and eventually they will get there. But they still have a lengthy journey to go. So that's mostly what's going on the channel. As I mentioned when I brought up Private Idol, there is coming up this month Zerfall's MSBike Ride Charity stream, which I am always a participant in. So that will be on July 22nd, Saturday, July 22nd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be leading directly from the Spelljammer game into that and then joining him there. Our current goal is $5,000 raised for research for multiple sclerosis, and there's been some fantastic breakthroughs on that disease in recent years, which is very, very exciting. Like, since we started doing this, and Zerfall's been doing this for 9 years, I think I've been participating for 7. I think I joined as a viewer on 8, like on a second one, and as a participant on the third. But I might be misremembering. It can blur together a little bit at times. But it's always a blast. Please do come out and join us, and if you can, donate to this wonderful cause. I will include links to his announcement video. I will include links to his Twitch stream. It will be happening on Twitch. And I will include links to the charity fundraiser page as well, if you want to get involved. And if all you can do is come out and watch and cheer us on, and just have a good time, help us keep awake. It's going to be going for 12 hours, so from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. As far as I know, the usual suspects will be there. Most people have either hard committed or soft committed. So myself, Zerfall, Mysterious JG, Bobo the Vulture, Grimmeth, Lethal Feline. So far as I know, that is who is going to be joining us. Occasionally, there have been some other Let's Players that we know who've joined in as well. That's always a possibility. But please do come on out and join us. It is always a blast. And so much fun. Ask anyone who has watched before. It is tons and tons of fun. And again, like if you can just come out for a few hours and participate and join us and get some entertainment, cheer us on, that is wonderful. If you can donate, this is a very good cause. It is one close to me. My mother's sister passed away many, many years ago after being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at she was around 21, I think, when it was diagnosed. She was in college. She had like big plans for the future and just completely derailed. And she passed away very, very young. And that, it is not a pleasant disease to experience and see people go through. It's very difficult on both the person suffering from it and the friends and family of that individual. So if you can help us raise money to find a cure, that would be absolutely brilliant. Please do join us. It's going to be a great time and for an excellent, excellent cause, the MS Society of Canada. And there's something about MS that it seems that the higher your latitudes, the more likely you are to be affected by it. After my aunt was diagnosed, she moved back with her parents, and they moved to Arizona because, again, it's like they're no one's quite sure why, but there seems to be a latitude correlation with who gets it and how bad it is. Unfortunately, it didn't help her that much. That said, can't see what she might have actually passed earlier if she had stayed up north. I don't know, but so please do join us. It is, like I said, it is a very close issue to my heart, and I hope you guys can join in and help us raise money. Our goal, as I said, 5,000 Canadian dollars. And we have in the past absolutely blown past that. Zerfall mentions in this announcement video that over the 9 years, we have raised $46,000. So if we hit our goal, even if we just hit our goal, we will be breaking past $50,000 raised for MS research, which is just amazing. Like, it's just fantastic. So help us get to our goal and hopefully even blow past it if you can. So I hope to see you guys there. I will be there. I am always looking forward to this every year because it is an absolute blast and for such a good cause. So please do join us for that. That is mostly it with the channel. If you are enjoying what I am doing, please do consider supporting me in any way that you can. It really does go a long way and ensure that I can continue to produce videos and content. You can join here on YouTube with the join option. The join option should be on most of the videos. You can even do one-time super thanks on all the videos. If there's a series that has meant something particular to you, it helped you through a bad time, or it's just something that you always go back to for pure fun, maybe consider a super thanks on that. Support on over here on Patreon as well. These are all very good ways. Subscribing on Twitch, using the bits, both just to cheer me on during the streams and to get us closer to the next Lego building goal. All of those do go a very, very long way to supporting the channel, ensuring that I can continue to produce content at the regular pace that I do, and can continue to entertain you all and interact with you. Like, that's one of the big things, is interacting with you guys, especially on streams. It is so much fun and very, very rewarding. If you can consider, if you can, please do consider supporting the channel in any of the ways that are available. It does mean a lot to me and allows me to continue doing this. This is my full-time job, and it is a great job. I love it. So please do support me if you can. And if you can't support monetarily, I should mention that watching the videos, especially when they go, the day they go live kind of thing, watching them fully, liking the videos, leaving comments, all of that does elevate the videos in YouTube's algorithms. YouTube's algorithm is currently set up to not like content of the sort that I create. And like the ideal YouTube channel right now produces regular content, but not necessarily multiple videos per day, but of an isolated nature. So you can watch any video you want at any point. It is currently not set up to appreciate the sort of serial content where it's like, it's very much TV replacement what I'm creating here, of like, you watch your episode of Law and Order every week that they come out in order. The stories are connected and stuff like that. Obviously, a lot of television is episodic, and you can skip episodes easily, but a lot of it these days, especially these days, isn't. And that's kind of what, and that's what I'm creating, where the expectation is that you don't just pick up an episode here and there of Illusion of Gaia. You start at the beginning and you watch all the way through, either when the videos go live or from the playlist. YouTube, for all that they want people to stay on the on YouTube's platform so they can continue to serve up ads, they don't like that kind of serial content, which has always been weird to me, because if someone wants to watch Illusion of Gaia, and especially if I'm done, like I've completed posting it, it's perhaps it's an older series or whatever, they're going to pull up that playlist and they're going to watch straight through, or until they have to stop and go get some food or go do other things, and they'll come back later. Some people don't come back later, and that's fine, either losing interest or just, don't have time. And that is why there is like a high peak at the beginning, and then each subsequent episode basically creating a downward sloped curve. But like the point being is that if YouTube wants people to stay on the platform, a playlist full of videos is like perfect. But no, they want you to watch a video and then click on the suggestions. And so that's why they want these isolated videos that are entirely self-contained. And that is what the algorithm works to promote. So channels like mine, it is a lot harder to get and, become big. In the past, YouTube has strongly, one of the reasons why these sorts of channels have gotten big. There's a lot of very big Let's Play channels out there who either started doing what I'm doing and now do something different, or are still doing it, although more and more of them are changing what they're doing to non-serial content, or at least short series. It's because the algorithm used to promote this kind of stuff and want people to do this kind of stuff, and it doesn't anymore. I don't know. I don't know why. It boggles my mind. But that is the way it is. This is the kind of content that I like to create, and this is the kind of content I will continue to create. And it just means that YouTube's algorithm is working against me. But that's also one of the reasons why it is so important to like every video that you watch and leave comments when you can and watch the videos fully, because YouTube will look at all of that in aggregate and say, these videos are more, are the things that I want to promote. So if you can do all of that, please do. It helps the channel, and it's not just for me. If there are other Let's Players out there or other content creators out there, the same thing applies to all of them as well. So I'm not just saying this for my sake. I'm saying it for every content creator on YouTube, especially those of us who are on the smaller side, which I got over 20,000 subscribers. I'm not as small as I used to be, and certainly not as small as the vast majority, but I'm still absolutely on the small side of channels. So, especially for those of us here, this is very important. And if you know of people who would like my content and have not seen it, please do consider sharing it. Share it on social media. Getting the word of mouth out there, personal recommendations is always a good way to get more viewers in. So please do consider all of that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying please do consider it if that is something that if those are all things that you can do, then please do so. So that is the channel. An extended rant about what I would have liked out of the Pixel remasters, while still and I want to be clear, I'm not saying they're bad in any way. I for what they are, they're good. I just would have liked more, and I think that's generally the opinion that I've seen with most people. They're good for what they are. They could have been better, and it's not even like there's nothing really even bad about them. They just could have been more. So that's how it stands there. Anyway, the only other thing going on, as most of you probably know, every month, occasional exceptions not included, I put out a new deity, a write-up, taking loosely, lightly detailed deities and bringing them up to the Faiths and Avatars standard format. This month is a Spelljammer deity, Klikral, the patron of the Insectare, a race of elf-like insects. They're set up very mysteriously in the second Spelljammer Monsters Compendium Appendix. I believe they only showed up in one adventure. Return of the Goblins, or Goblins Return, I'm sorry. And just had a kind of a brief appearance there. They've always been a race that I've thought was pretty interesting and could have used more expansion. They're obviously set up very mysteriously, but I decided to expand upon their potential connections to the elves. And so if you're running a Spelljammer campaign, especially one based on the classic second edition lore rather than the dramatically cut down and revised 5th edition material, which is essentially a new setting, so it's a shame that there are essentially two settings with the same name. It's going to be very confusing. But if this is of interest to you, do check out on my blog the deity Klikral, the Master of the Mound, and let me know what you think. But that is going to wrap us up for this time. I want to thank you all for all of the support that you have been giving me. Patron names are scrolling by. You guys are going above and beyond to support me, and I really do appreciate it. For For those of you who got names in Chrono Cross, I hope you've enjoyed your characters showing up. For those who didn't, I'm sorry. I wish I could get everyone in. Just weren't enough characters in Chrono Cross. I tried to prioritize the higher tier people, but when I started, I didn't do that. I only I was rolling a little bit more, and then I as it was when I just underestimated the actual number of people compared to the number of characters, which is weird considering I know how many there are of each. So some people didn't make it in, and I apologize for that. But for those who did, I hope that you enjoyed your names showing up on characters. I want to thank you guys for all the support, both patrons, channel members, subscribers on Twitch, everyone going out of their way to support me and leave comments and join in on a stream chat and everything like that. Really does mean a lot to me. I really enjoy interacting with you, and thank you very, very much. And I hope that your July goes very well. And once again, please do join us for the MS Bike Ride Charity stream. It will be a blast for a very, very good cause. Thank you all, and see you in the next update. See you then, everyone.